Hi Virgo, welcome to my third channel, my bonus Virgo only channel. My name is Chelsea and I'm a Christian. I don't practice black magic, voodoo or spells, only praise to God for protection in the name of Jesus Christ. In this reading, for those of you who have been single for a very long time, we're going to find out what's blocking you from finding your true love. Today is the 20th of March, 2025. Time here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is 7:24 a.m. And Virgo, as usual, I'm giving away free personal reading for a lucky winner. To enter, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. I love Virgo and it's free to subscribe. Okay, Virgo, are you ready? Spirits and angels, please show me for Virgos currently single, who have been single for a very long time. What is blocking them from finding their true love? Virgo, the reason why I'm doing this reading is because I've seen a lot of comments saying that some of you have been single for like a very, very long time, like 10 years. Wow. And obviously if you're still watching like love readings, that means you have some kind of a hope that one day you would meet your person. So I thought I'll do this reading for those of you, who have been single for a very long time. Six of Cups. Okay, Virgo. And I try to do tarot readings like this, like with very specific questions, so that I can make it more personal, more focused for those of you whoever need to, hear these messages. But anyway, if you're not single for a very long, if you haven't been single for a very long time, or you're currently in a relationship, then maybe this reading is not for you, or you can just watch it for fun. Okay. Six of Cups. Reminiscing about the past, what could be blocking you for those of you Virgos who have been single for a very long time. Six of Cups, it kind of makes me feel like it kind of reminds me, suddenly my mom comes to mind. The way she keeps her stuff, she keeps a lot of things from her past. Very, very, very old clothes that she hasn't worn in decades. I'm okay with her keeping one or two pieces, but not all of them. So this is like sentimental value. Some of you, it's just, or it could be just your ways. You're so used to being a certain way since you were a child, and still haven't come out of it yet. Still haven't, that means you haven't grown yet. You're still stuck in how things used to be in the past. It could be your expectations, or you're just comfortable being this way for a long time. I do have friends who would they'd be stuck in the same old ways until like 10 years down the road, they're still exactly the same. I guess it's time to evolve. It's time to change. Six of Cups, again, it could be like sentimental values, where maybe you still miss somebody from your past, still thinking about somebody from your past. And if you can't release that, it's very difficult for you to move on. That is, for some of you, it's like people who, just like my mom too. I don't know why my mom comes to mind. When she divorced my dad, she still couldn't get over it for a very, very long time. And that stopped her from dating someone, or even if she was to meet someone, which she didn't even want anybody, to be completely honest. She was just like, I'm good. But, but her best friend one time asked her to help her at this bar. And she never worked in a bar ever in her whole life. She was a lawyer's secretary, so she was just used to just going to 9 to 5. My mom is a decent woman, and she doesn't go party or anything like that, because her friend, actually is her friend's sister, opened like a new pub, like a small little bar or pub, and they needed somebody to help, because they were like short of staff. So they offered her some money and go like, oh, you just go behind the bar and like make some drinks. That was the first time ever, right? She has never ever been to a bar before. But anyways, she went, she worked, and then my stepdad saw her and she was rejecting him all the time. Every time he would go to see her, my mom would always reject him. But eventually she caved in, and then they got married, and then they have 2 kids. But my stepdad has already passed away. My mom is actually older than my stepdad, but you know, you never know. It doesn't matter the age, right? Some of you, you know, 6 of Cups could be age gap as well. What could be blocking you? You could be thinking that, oh, this person is too old for me, or this person is too young for me. But, you know, as people would say, age is just a number. But I think I'm the one who would always say, like, no, age is not just a number. Being a logical Virgo, it might create problems, you know, like I would think of it in a very rational, logical way. And it will bug me if somebody is much older than us, much younger, or much older. If there is like a gap, because there is a gap here. Yeah, this child is actually older than this child here. So it could be, you know, you guys know this is a general reading, right? So just take what resonates with you. The King of Swords in reverse. It could be somebody who may have lied to you. Now, you know, I'm going to tell you guys something, and some of you might disagree with me, but this King of Swords in reverse is somebody who tells lies, or it could be verbally dishonest, or verbally aggressive, but it's more like a passive aggressive kind of an energy, or somebody who is not very clear as to what they want. I'm not saying this is you. This could be somebody you could have been dealing with in the past, or in general, somebody like this. Okay, like the King of Swords in reverse. Maybe a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It can be any sign. But what I'm seeing here is that sometimes it's believing. Sometimes for some of you, it's naivety, believing, or being gullible, believing whoever who could be telling you lies. Now, one thing I noticed, like, because I am very extremely guarded, and I'm very logical, like what I've already mentioned earlier on. So no sweet talks can sway me. No, you can say a million things about me that, you know, you can butter me up, but for me, I'm very cautious with people who would sweet talk me. I will normally think like, what do you want from me? What is your intention? Like, I always have this thing about me, so I don't always believe compliments, but I try to believe them sometimes, if it actually is the truth in my book. But Virgo, for some of you, now the King of Swords in reverse and the 6 of Cups, this combination just makes me feel like, so either you are like me, you don't believe easily, okay? You don't trust people easily, or it's the other way around. You trust too easily. I have some friends who would, if somebody just compliment them, they get swayed by it so easily, like gullible. They believe everything that whoever this person says, and believes that this person is, you know, the best. But for me, on the side, if I watch something like that, I'll go like, what is he trying to do? What is his intention, right? So I feel like there are 2 groups of you, Virgo. One group, way too gullible. Another group, not gullible at all, way too defensive, right? Page of Swords, not trusting at all. This probably maybe for a lot of Virgos, because Page of Swords, when there's a sword in an upright position, it means intelligence, the truth, communication, information, or just being defensive, right? You won't carry a sword like this unless you're waiting to strike, or you're waiting for somebody to strike you and you defend yourself. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Some of you, what's blocking you could be just too immersed in whatever you could be doing right now. It could be your job. This is work. Alone, one person just working, focusing on whatever you could be doing. And Two of Pentacles, some of you is just too busy. Yeah, you have too much on your plate. And when we're too focused on one thing, this is why balance is very important, right? And that's something that I need to tell myself too, because this is a workaholic energy. Some of you could be a workaholic, and time passes by and you think, okay, love can wait. For some of you, it's love can wait. I need to focus on my career. And time has passes by. And, like people who have just come out from, for example, like a divorce after being married for a very, very long time. They don't know how to date anymore. Dating scene is like so different, in this day and age. And look, Six of Cups here. Some of you, it's like you think dating is how it should be, is how it used to be, or how it should be, how it used to be. But no, time has changed, okay? Some of you perhaps different, you gotta adapt to how people date these days, else you're gonna be in the losing end. You're gonna be lied to, King of Swords and Reverse. There's so many gullible people, and I've gotten that from some of my personal readings, not, where they would tell me some of the backstory, like after the fact. So many of them actually have been scammed online, so watch out for that, okay? Six of Wands, because too gullible. Time has changed, yeah, guys, you gotta get with the time. Six of Wands right here. Like it or not, you gotta get with the time. Okay, we're living in this, it's completely different. The way people date. Page of Swords could also mean Page is young, but Page is highly inquisitive, and also somebody who wants to learn. Somebody, perhaps you have to learn new ways of dating, new ways of meeting people. Don't be stuck in the past. Six of Cups, okay? Six of Wands could also mean pride. Sometimes too prideful. Pride could get in the way, okay? Five of Cups in reverse. Somehow I feel that this Five of Cups in reverse, two cups standing behind him, three cups toppled over, you see? And this could mean jadedness to me, especially with the Page of Swords. Unable to trust. And also, this could mean unable to see the positive sides. This is for another group of you. I feel strongly two different groups of you, okay? One group too gullible. Another group, and for some of you it could be mixed, yeah, both. Another group, it's like not trusting at all. Constantly picking somebody apart, as in like, oh, this thing is like a deal breaker. Of course you can, it's your choice, but you choose people choose you too, right? You can be so picky, but it takes two hands to clap. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Whoever your potential love partner is not perfect either. So bear that in mind, okay? Nine of Cups in reverse. Some of you just don't have time to love, time to date, or just focusing on your work. That could be blocking you, and you know who you are if that's you, okay? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Four Swords in reverse. Restlessness and Six of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot of you could be dealing with people whom you just give and give and give, and you're not being reciprocated, or it's just not an equal give and take. And this card actually reminds me of, there's this trend going on for a while now, on shorts on TikTok. The Six of Pentacles in reverse is like, why are you single? And then this person says, because the people I like don't like me, but the people who likes me, I don't like them. So some of you, it's that. So perhaps, you know, give people a chance if that's if that's the narrative for you. If you like people, if the person you like don't like you, but the person who likes you, you don't like them. But you know, love, when it comes to love, liking somebody, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes time. But in this day and age, with the dating apps and all that, people are very quick to judge, very quick to cut off, because they're like, next person. Okay, I'm just gonna go on a date with the next person, the next person, you know. So how are you going to really get to know the person? Maybe somebody you're very, very attracted to in the beginning seems good, and if you give it more time, maybe you end up not liking them. And the person you may not be so attracted to or may not like in the beginning, if you give it more time to get to know this person, maybe you will see this other side of them where you might, somebody might grow on you, okay? So it depends where you're at. You know, just again, take what resonates with you. We're already 15 minutes in. Thank you so much, Virgo. This is your reading. Hope it serves you well. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the kind words from my previous video, the one before this one. Thank you. Now, I have been, you know, very, very sensitive to dust, and I'm allergic to certain flowers, leaves. I don't know what they are, but it's just that my nose, I sneeze all the time, and I've been codependent on antihistamines since I was very, very young, because I would sneeze. Just like a speck of a dust would make me sneeze. And I remember one time it was very late and I parked my car next to like a bush, and I was trying to get out, so like some flowers or leaves have, you know, touched my skin, and then the next thing you know, like I had hives all over. So I'm very sensitive. I think I have a lot of allergies, so it makes me sneeze all the time. And then, you know, if you have sinus, you know, there's this dripping. You know, I end up having like sore throat. My voice will sound very, you know, scratchy. So this is why every time when I say I'm sick, I just say I'm sick. I don't want to get into the details, because I just want to get the reading started, you know. But anyways, and don't feel like explaining. But thank you so much for all the kind words, and the get well soon. It's not like I'm sick all the time. It's just this allergy. It's constant. It's like, what do you call? There's a word for it. You know, for those of you who have these allergies. Anyways, take care, Virgo. Don't forget to subscribe to my main channel if you didn't come from my main channel, Chelsea Love Tarot. Over there, I give free personal readings once a month. And also, I do all 12 signs over there. I think I'm going to have to do 12 signs later today. Maybe. Not sure yet. Depends on how I feel. And also, Virgo, if you have other placements, Sagittarius, Gemini, I have these two other channels as well. Bonus channels. And Timeless Tarot Reading, for those of you, if you're into it. Timeless Tarot Reading has no time attached to it, no horoscopes attached to it. If you come across it, if it shows up on your page, and if you're inclined to click on it, you could be divinely guided to watch it. Okay, Virgo, for your convenience, just hit on home, and you see all of the channels on display on my home page, where you can feel free to pick and choose from. You can subscribe to some of it, all of it. Thank you so much, Virgo. I hope to see you back here again soon. Love you. Bye.